I feel like these days, Robyn, it's almost impossible to enjoy any music, movies, or shows or whatever without finding out that the artist behind it is just a horrible person.
Are you going to be talking about the David situation? Because that's all I'm hearing about.
Well, kind of, because it's only like the tip of the iceberg, or should I say, the straw that broke the camel's back. Because, yes, I did like David and his music, and I'm sure a lot of people did too, but then finding out that he is a literal PDF file and also allegedly a murderer really puts it a question. Are you really gonna still be listening to his music? Because I'm sorry, I think I'm still gonna be listening to his music.
I've never listened to his music. I never heard of him. But for some reason why, he's famous enough to have, like, pictures with cat's eye and stuff like that. I don't get it.
Well, you listen to Kanye, don't you?
No, I don't listen to Kanye.
That's a lie. Okay, I know that's a lie. You love Gold Digger because he's also a bad person, and he, just like a lot of other people, still enjoy his music. So what does that really mean? Can we separate the art from the artist? I think we should have a little debate about this.
I think the answer is obvious. I think no debate is necessary.
That literally means that you are going to be destroyed in this conversation.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Are you saying that they can be separated?
Yes, they should be separated. I feel like it's important to separate them because people can still enjoy the art without engaging with what the artist does. Because I feel like at the end of the day, there's so many people that do stupid shit, but I also feel like the crazy people are the ones that make the good stuff. You know, they make the good art.
I see where you're coming from, but I disagree wholeheartedly. I feel like very rarely can you separate the art and the artist. And my mentality is that separation is like if they had like a reason to do it. Like whatever they did they have like a legitimate reason? Like I can think of a few figures where I'm like, okay, you know what? I sort of see the rationale behind what they did. It's not okay, but with the situation they're in, maybe. But I feel like a majority of celebrities are just abusing whatever little power they have.
I also agree.
Or they take for granted how small they are before they get big. And then they stop when they get big.
Because that's the thing, right? That's like another important thing to realize is that like when people, especially artists, commit a horrible thing, half the time it's later in their career after they've created good stuff. And I think a good example is Kanye, okay? He's always had an ego, but it's only like recently where he went super crazy, like, you know, mentally crazy person. I mean, he's always had mental issues, but only recently in the last few years, he kind of went off the rocker. So I don't think that invalidates his entire discography.
I feel like so many times, though, we just don't remember what they did beforehand. Like, I think Elon Musk isn't a celebrity, but Elon Musk is a good example of this, where once, like, he was, like, really going crazy with politics, everyone put, like, I bought a Tesla before Elon was crazy. Like, he wasn't randomly breeding and assaulting women well before he associated with the Republican Party. Like, I think these people were always this bad. And they weren't big enough for us to acknowledge it.
You know what? That is exactly why I think we need to take a very, very bird's eye approach and put them into some sort of, I guess you could say, tier list of sorts. Because Robyn here, you've cooked up something.
Heaven, hell, purgatory.
Heaven, hell, purgatory. I'm assuming purgatory is your Dunkin' Donuts in the middle.
Not just any Dunkin' Donuts, but like the rundown ones, especially the rundown ones that have like that awkward Baskin Robbins. There's one by me that has, I think this is actually might be the one that's by me. It looks eerily similar, but they have like a Baskin Robbins corner, but it's also like completely empty and unused. Like they don't sell the ice cream anymore. So they just keep the promotional signs there, which is the plus side is I know what the promotions are going to be before anyone else knows. But there is also a very weird guy who like flirts with me and touches my hand a little too much when I like give him my like gift cards or he'll like randomly want to give me donuts, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the W, but please don't expect anything.
And that's an awkward interaction that every single one that goes inside the purgatory zone has to experience for eternity.
Yeah,
it's not
they
bad,
have to
but it's not good
experience
either.
The weird, like, not so hot Dunkin' cashier that, like, awkwardly touches you for too long and offers you a free donut, and you're like, oh, it's my lucky day because I get a free donut. Please don't stare at my tits, sir.
Well, that's purgatory. Then we have the heaven, which I would say are those who may have done some bad, but I feel like the art that they've done heavily outweighs and with their sins that they might have committed. I think that they could be exonerated for their sins. And then, of course, we got purgatory, which inexcusable. You belong there. Regardless if your art is beautiful or not, you still suck. And maybe your art even sucks too. Well, the deeper they go down, the worse their music and their art and their takes are.
Yeah. Yep.
So we should start with number one. One of the most recent ones, I would say. P. Diddy Combs. P. Diddy Combs. You know, I'm gonna be real. You know, I never really cared about P. Diddy's music, but he's also just a huge producer, so maybe there is just songs that I can't think of at the top of my head that he's just put his greasy, gross hands on, because I'm gonna be real, I think it's very clear. This man literally has been sentencing to jail. Bro is literally close up there to like Epstein with how bad he is of a human being. Like, I don't think nothing can exonerate this man. There's only video footage of this man beating up a woman. There's man who's having parties, of course, with the baby oil. Like, as much of an art, he barely even qualifies as an artist. He's only up here by technicality.
I feel like because he has made songs, but I feel like I know more artists that he's like helped fund and produce songs for. I think, isn't he also one of the people who probably traumatized Justin Bieber? I think he did like a collab with Justin Bieber, and everyone was talking about how P. Diddy probably was the one to traumatize Justin Bieber and like do bad things to him and like make him the fucked up person he is today.
They're literally, this video is on Justin Bieber's channel, by the way. This video of him hanging out with P. Diddy, Justin Bieber's 48 hours with Diddy, is on his channel. That is insanity. I'm surprised this is even still up from 15 years ago. But you can see in the video how uncomfortable he is at times. I'm like, yeah, no, Diddy is genuinely, I don't think there's any way of going around it. Like, bro is in the ninth circle.
Yeah, he is definitely in hell. He's hanging out down here. He's vibing.
He's all the way down there. Yep, he's in the flaming pits of hell.
He's in the fire. Tucked him right in the fire like we're putting him to bed.
Oh boy. Easy peasy though. That's easy. But next one. Who do we got next, Robyn?
I think this was one that I was like really surprised about because I was like trying to think of like old celebrities that I knew. And like when I was younger, I was a little bit into K-pop. And one of the first ones I ever heard of was EXO. And I'm doing like a little digging, seeing like what they're up to. Little did I know, one of the people in EXO, aka Chris Wu, is a convicted rapist.
What?
Bro. My early childhood memory of EXO was just watching their music video with a friend and being like, damn, they're hot. I'm thirsty for them, says 14-year-old Robyn. Little do I know, it's like one of those moments when it's a very common in the rock industry, but like here I sort of sit here and I'm like, oh, it happens in other music industries too, where you sit there and you're like, oh, I had a chance, but not in a good way.
No.
Not that it was someone younger, or at least not that I know of, but yes, he in 2022, he got convicted and he is in jail for 13 years. So he's now got like maybe 9 years left. This man's in jail and he's banned in China. China erased this man.
I literally looked up his Instagram. He has 35 followers. I don't think this is the real Chris Wu. I don't think this is the real Chris Wu. Now that I think about it. I was about to be like, it has an anime profile picture.
No, probably a different one. But I think for his egregious crimes, he goes into the fire.
He goes in there with Diddy. Yeah, there's no way you're getting exonerated from that one. There's no way. Oh, well, let's see who we got next. Who we got next on the chopping block?
There's another pair with this one, but let's start off with Chris Brown.
Oh, Chris Brown. I know he beat his wife. That's not gonna lie.
He beat Rihanna.
Oh, right, Rihanna. I kind of forgot they were married.
He beat the shit out of Rihanna. This is another one just like P. Diddy where I'm like, I did not listen to their music. All I know is they beat one of my homies, aka Rihanna, aka a fellow Robyn, and I sit here and I'm like, no. Till the day I die, no.
Ooh. Okay, here's the thing, right? I think when it comes to what he did, really bad. But didn't they reconcile at least, like, briefly? Like, they kind of, like, said, apologize or whatever the fuck. They kind of walked back it.
Did they?
I don't know. I thought they did. Regardless, it doesn't excuse the action. But, like, when we're comparing how far down into the depths of hell these other two are, like, I don't think there's anything redeeming about them, even with their music.
I don't think they truly reconciled.
Well, because the thing is, okay, here's where the real separation of the art versus the artist comes in. Because Chris Brown, regardless of what he did years ago, people are still love his music. Like, people still will bop his shit, bro. They will still.
I don't think I've heard a single song of his.
They will still. What do you mean? I mean, I still know Loyal. Loyal is a big song.
I don't know if I've ever listened to that.
You know what? I will say, like, in this case, most people, I think, have looked past it because it was so far in the past, and he has kept his nose clean, from my understanding. So it's like, I don't think he is in the depths of hell, but I would say because it balances out and he kind of just, at least fucking did something, he should at least be the tippy top of purgatory. He deserves to go through all...
The tippy top of purgatory?
No, I meant the tippy bottom. I meant the tippy bottom. That's what I meant. Because you were pushing it down, I thought you meant tippy top.
He's like sitting here and he's like about to exit hell to do like a little coffee order for Diddy and Chris. He's like, hey, what do you guys want at the Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, Chris, you want a matcha latte? Okay. Oh, you want like a midnight black coffee? Okay, I got you, fam. And then he goes over here and
he's the delivery boy.
He's in the middle getting touched by the cashier.
He's the one getting basically retaliated. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to put him. You know what? You can never, if anything, if it wasn't Rihanna, you wouldn't be as far low. I'm sorry. If you dare hit the Queen Rihanna, even worse.
No, he hit Rihanna. What are you talking about? If he
that's
hit
what I'm
Rihanna?
saying. Because it was Rihanna, he goes down in the middle. But anyways, I would say he's still bad, horrible man for doing that, but he's not down there with P. Diddy. That is for sure. And Chris Wu. He's not down there.
I don't know.
Middle ground. As bad as these people are.
I will give that, but only because I hate the next guy so much more, who is also associated with this. Fucking Drake.
Oh, Drake.
I fucking hate him. He's a creep to Millie Bobby Brown. He is an asshole to any woman in his vicinity. And the thing that I have beef about was when the Chris Brown Rihanna stuff came out. He was going up to Rihanna and he's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Do you need to be consoled by my penis? And when Rihanna was like, yeah, no thanks, Drake. You're a good friend. I'm not into you like that. He was like, well, fuck you. You deserve to be beaten.
Now, let's balance this out. Remember, Robyn, we have to look at both sides. As much as we hate
creeping
Drake,
on Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish, who are children.
I am not disagreeing with that fact. I also hate Drake as a person, but we have to look at it on both sides, okay, Robyn? This is
what is the other side?
The artist side. The artist side.
His music is nothing but shit memes. His music has only been getting worse.
That is actually very true.
A weird, like, reggae artist now. Like, he's doing, like, some strange music from what I remember hearing.
Kind of. I honestly have not kept up with Drake. I'm not even a big Drake fan. I just have a very handful of songs that I do like. But, like,
all I know is, like, the Hotline Bling and Hotline Bling memes. Like, that's the last time that bitch was relevant. The last time this man was relevant when he put hot sauce in a condom. He's useless.
I think, like, the one thing I will give him is that he really did do a lot for the hip hop genre. He did contribute a lot to the art form. He did do a lot. So that's where I'm like on the edge of like, I think he's just kind of close to Chris Brown. He's joining Chris Brown on the coffee runs, you know? Like, and after Kendrick
he's going on the coffee run being like, Chris Brown, don't forget the munchkins.
And he's like, okay, my bad, I forgot
like
the munchkins.
Small.
But you know what? No, you know Diddy likes the chocolate ones. Come on, man. You got the chocolate glaze. You can't just go down there and forget the chocolate glaze.
Yeah, he's like running up, like, wait up. I love this little story that we're creating.
Just creating
of these
lore.
horrible people going to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh man. I will say though, yeah, no, Drake is like, yeah, no, I think if Kendrick actually, if there was actual evidence proof to pull up, like he was genuinely like child diddler, yeah, no, he would be down there. But since there has not been,
no, what do you mean?
Was there not been?
Okay, he has not like diddled the children, but it is very obvious that he has made weird comments to Millie Bobby Brown and Billie Eilish.
Oh no, 100%. That's why I was like, dude, this is like, again, it's sus behavior, but it's like until there's hardcore evidence,
I think
we can't
he's a
say
little
anything.
lower. I think he's running in.
Okay, you know
I
what?
think he's like in the middle.
He's the messenger
he's like
boy.
catching up to.
He's messenger boy for Chris. He's
Yeah,
messenger.
he's like, don't
he's the
forget
chain
the
of command.
munchkins. Did he want a chocolate glazed donut?
All right, we're locking that in. That's our final take there. All right, let's balance it out. I think we need to have some balance here. We have a lot of hell divers on there. You know what I mean?
I think. Well, okay. I feel like a lot of them are going to be in hell, but I feel like if one was a little bit up in the air, it'd be Justin Bieber.
I can agree with that. I think that's 100% true. The thing is, I don't think Bieber is a deplorable person. I feel like he was one person that was innocent at first, but got fucked up by the industry. Like he got fucked up by Diddy.
I think he was traumatized by Diddy, and he was traumatized by a lot of bad people around him, and he was groomed in a lot of ways. And I don't think he had a chance to develop normally. But I do think that there are some things going on that just, like, aren't okay. Like, he doesn't have the best habits, but what he's really been going viral for lately is his relationship with Hailey Bieber. And I am a Hailey Bieber hater. I love nothing more than watching, like, those compilation videos of Hailey Bieber trying to, like, copy Selena Gomez. Those I just watch in my pastime while I'm doing the dishes. I love it. And I do think, though, that he does Hailey Bieber dirty. Like, have you seen the videos of him, like, insulting Hailey Bieber, slamming car doors on her, totally just like abandoning her? I think there's even one where he skateboards away. Like, if you look it up, it is like so funny, but also so terrible at the same time. Like, Hailey Bieber's a bitch, but she doesn't deserve, no one deserves that.
But I mean, has she said anything about it? Like, spoken up about how he's been hit, I guess,
no,
aggressive towards her?
She sits there and she's like, she just defends him. She's just like, no, he loves me. You guys don't see the other side of him. And it's because Hailey Bieber wanted this man so bad. There is like video essays about her and her father purposely constructing Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber's relationship so that they could get married and be together. Because like Hailey Bieber comes from money, and they like orchestrated this relationship once him and Selena broke up. And it's very evident that he still loves Selena and he wants to be with Selena, but Selena's happy with Benny Blanco. And he had a whole really bad crash out online when they became like official. And it's just like, yeah. And Hailey just like lets it happen. She's like, no, baby, wait up. Oh my gosh. Ha ha ha. You slammed the car door on my face. You're so silly.
You know, I actually will say this right now. I think this is actually the most justified anger from Justin Bieber. I think it's justifiably
I don't think he should be taking it out on
he shouldn't take it out on somebody, right? That is for sure. But imagine this. A woman who has literally tried imitating your ex is trying to get with you. And then you're kind of forced in this relationship now because, to be fair, you're in a position where you have no one else, right? So you're kind of just settling. Justin Bieber is literally just settling for her
like
because he's obsessive with her.
He could have someone else. I feel like he could have someone else.
He could, but he's also a broken individual, most likely with how he was raised by the music industry. And to be fair, he also did make really good music, and people still like his music. I actually kind of like his most recent music. So I think like
if I was your boyfriend,
he's honestly a good representation of the tortured artist. I think he's a good representation of the tortured artist who can either go both ways. He can either completely crash out and go and be a deplorable human being, or he could leave and actually move to something else that's better for him, right? Escape Hailey Bieber's weird obsession of him and then go find somebody else who maybe loves him for who he is, and he can be happy and he can be exonerated. I think he isn't bad because hasn't done anything horrible. He's just had bad actions because of where he's in right now, maybe in life. I don't know. I can't psychoanalyze the guy, but I think he should be on top of the Dunkin' Donuts counter.
I honestly think he should be a little higher. As much as I was shitting on him for his behavior for Hailey Bieber, your speech did inspire me. I think he was in heaven after what Diddy did to him, but because he was mean to Hailey Bieber, he tripped on a pebble in heaven, and now he's accidentally falling into the Dunkin' Donuts, and he's like, no!
He's this is a turning point for him, okay? He can keep going downhill from here, or he can kind of crawl back up and gain some of his life back and be a good boy.
He could catch this little cloud and be like, no, I swear, our gods! I swear, our gods!
Please save me, little pigeon in the corner, or dove, or whatever. I can't see, I'm too high and angry.
I'm too high and angry.
Okay, well that was a clean and easy one. Let's bring up another contentious one, why don't we?
Bill Cosby. Classic.
Get your pudding. That's all I know of Bill Cosby, honestly. What is there of an artist out of him besides being an actor?
Well, I think being an actor is an artist. I
don't disagree.
Honestly,
with that.
That's really fucked up that he's not an artist.
No, that's not what I meant. What I meant is what else is he known for besides being an actor and also just a bad guy? Because
diddling children.
Well, that too.
Literally,
that too. And roofing people.
Children.
That too.
Roofing people.
So the thing is okay, was he a good actor? Let's think about that. Was he a good actor? He wasn't much of an actor, was he? He was on sitcoms.
Whoa. Sitcom acting is still an art form, and I will advocate for it. Whether you like sitcoms or not, it is still an art form. But I am also going to be straight up. The Cosby Show was not one of the ones I watched. The only thing I know this man from is from the Flash video game called Cosby Fun Time.
The Newgrounds game. I know exactly what you're talking about. I played that same game.
Yup.
Oh my God. That is insane.
If anyone looks it up, warning, your ears will be fucked like a cheap whore.
And you will also probably go to Newgrounds, which will be filled with many old school trauma-inducing games if you are a young individual. But also, I also forgot he was in fucking Little Bill, and I watched this show growing up. I don't know why I watched Little Bill.
You mean the noggin show? Oh my gosh, I forgot he was in Little Bill. I loved Little Bill as a kid.
I know, I did too. The theme song intro was so good. Too bad this fucker was in it.
I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna give a little behind the scenes. If you ever see a Doodle Heads font, part of our lettering is taken from Little Bill.
I forgot about that.
Yes, I used Little Bill as an inspiration for our font.
Oh God! Does that mean Bill Cosby influenced us? Did he influence the Doodle Heads plot? Oh no! No! Please, this is why you need to subscribe so we can be purified of his evil influence. Just put him in the hell. Put him in hell. He doesn't deserve.
Put him in hell.
Just put him in hell. There's no debate on it.
He just came from the Dunkin' Donuts with some.
No! You're putting him straight. Just put him straight down there. Yeah, right there in his own little corner. He's like, "I want him pudding." There you go. Keep him down there. Oh, there we go. Easy dub right there. What do we got next? I need a palate cleanser. We need a good palate cleanser.
You know what? I'm gonna do this one because I know you're not gonna know it, but people who are on the book side of the internet do know it. This is Liz Gilbert. She is the author of a little book called Eat, Pray, Love. And for those who don't know the book, which is also a movie that stars Julia Roberts, it is about her journey where she goes to Italy to just eat and get comfortable in life And this is all happening after her divorce. So she gets divorced, she goes to Italy, and she goes to Italy to just eat and relax and enjoy life. Then she goes to India to pray and meditate and like recollect her mind. And then she goes to Bali to find love. She recently has come out with a new book, though. And in this new book, she talks about a lesbian relationship that she had at the time.
Uh-oh.
And her lover. Why are you saying uh-oh to lesbianism?
No, I'm saying uh-oh, like, because, like, I'm scared of what could have been implied in this love journey if she got completely canceled for this.
Well, she's getting canceled because she has a new book called All the Way to the River. And in this book, she talks about her lesbian relationship. And in her lesbian relationship, her partner ends up getting addicted to drugs and ends up getting cancer. And
oh no.
While all of this is happening, she is just fueling this addiction. When her partner gets diagnosed with cancer, she encourages her partner to not get treatment, and any treatment that she gets is like the holistic stuff. And then after a while, her partner gets horrifically sick, and she's like, Liz, I think I should start like legitimate treatment. And to be fair, when they found out about cancer, she was like at the very beginning, like she could have had it cured, but because they did nothing, it got really, really bad. And she was like, Liz, I'm getting like really, really bad. I'm thinking like I should like really, really like start getting help, or I should like just die. And she considers murdering her partner with fentanyl.
Considers.
She did not do it, but she still did abandon her partner after she was diagnosed with cancer and was like, oh, you know what? I can't watch you die. It hurts me too much. And she abandons her partner, and her partner dies alone.
What the fuck? I think we need to make an episode on how to teach people to break up or something, because that's the most fucked up thing you could do.
It really, it was bad. Everyone sort of turned to her, like, everyone on the book side of, like, the internet, like, whiplashed to her and was like, the fuck you just do? What? And
every person's head slowly turned to her as they finished reading that section. Oh, man.
Literally. And I think there's even a YouTuber who's doing, like, a miniature book club about the book. I don't know when her video is going to come out, but I'm sure if you search, like, the book title, All the Ways to River, then you will find the YouTuber who discusses it. Great video. She summarizes it so much better than I did. But I could not put her on here. And I think, like, there's an upside to Eat, Pray, Love, because it's, like, about this journey of self-actualization, and it inspired a lot of people, and she was a very inspirational person, especially to a lot of white women. But I do think the murder and abandonment is a little bad.
Okay, wait. Did she murder her, or did she just, like... She didn't murder her.
She considered murdering her partner with fentanyl. But in a way, she still did sort of kill her partner by egging on her partner's addiction and by abandoning her when she was at, like, her death point.
Oh, okay. This is a tough one. Because, like, yes, it is almost like second-degree murder at this point.
Yeah.
But it's also, like, everything else she did was fine in her career, I'm assuming, like, until this came out.
I think that there's still a little bit of controversy with, like, the cultural appropriation, and I think, like, she inspired a lot of people, but none of the ideas were really, like, her own. It was like white women, like, learning about chakras for the first time. It was very, like, yogi-esque, where, like, yoga girl, where it's like, namaste, everyone. Today we're going to align our chakras, get into the mountain position, and just, like, all that stuff. And, like, not, like, genuine stuff.
She's kind of like a Gwyneth Paltrow and, like, a Mel Robbins when they're super like Mel Robbins, by the way, is like a podcaster who I personally think is just so creepy because every podcast she starts with, she's like, I am your best friend and you are in your family. You're my family and I love you. That's how she starts every episode.
Swan Teal is another one. I think her name's Swan Teal. I am a very like witchy, pagan, agnostic person where I do believe in this stuff, but when a white person comes to me with this stuff and like preaches this stuff, I stop for a moment and I'm like, excuse me? What the hell are you talking about?
You start questioning your own belief. You're like, damn, dude, these are the people that actually believe this shit? Man, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore.
It's like the same effect when I get like YouTube videos of tarot card readings where I sort of sit there and I'm like, I know this is just the algorithm and you are making these readings as vague as possible so that you can just get a whole slew of people and you always do the love ones because everyone is delusional about love. But I do actually do tarot card readings and I do believe in them. So whenever I see this shit, I'm like, My mentality is I think she is like firmly in the Dunkin' Donuts. Like she beat Chris Brown in line and she's like getting her like weird like latte.
She's the Karen that's like, I ordered ahead actually. I ordered on the app.
Yeah. I ordered on the app. I asked for 3.5 pumps of vanilla, not 3, not 4, 3.5.
If anything, this kind of torture is best for her because that's the kind of torture these kind of Karen vibes deserve, you know? They don't deserve the full treatment of hell. They deserve to be put in a state of inconvenience for the rest of their life.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that is where it's at. I think that's where it's at. I have spoken about my niche one.
Yes.
Do you think it's time for your niche one?
Bring in my niche controversial artist. Okay. To those who do not know, this is Thomas Kinkade. Now, you might be like, who the fuck is Thomas Kinkade? This is the most random person you've ever brought up on this list. Well, you probably might not know him, but you definitely, most likely, have seen his paintings. So Thomas Kinkade was probably one of the most prolific artists in like white people culture because even if you just look up his name, his stuff is everywhere. And it is the most basic bitch art you've ever seen. But it's pleasant to look at, right? So like, what's there to be upset about? Well, the entire artist community hates him with a burning passion. It became a whole thing where it was just fun to hate on him, right? Everybody just hated on this man because he legit just made the most basic bitch art with no like inspiration, but it made him millions.
Cute. I think it's still cute. It takes a lot of skill. And I have a really close artist friend who I knew since high school, who did beautiful, hyper-realistic art. But she had the same criticism where it's like, okay, you can do these great hyper-realistic arts, but like, what do they mean? And she was like really frustrated because she was really struggling with the creativity of art. Like she had the technical skill down, but she struggled with the creativity. And I was the opposite, where I was struggling with the technical skill at the time, but I had the ideas and I had the creativity. And I feel like I can't hate on that. Like if everyone just hated on him because they were like, well, your art doesn't have enough meaning, I think he's a martyr. I think he belongs up here. Poor guy did nothing wrong.
The only thing people got mad at him for was like his Christian beliefs. Like he was a very devout Catholic kind of vibe. But like to me, that just kind of gives off.
Was he like pushing it on other people? Was he like making art and in the same breath was like, those goddamn fucking homos?
No, I don't think he was that crazy. Not that I know of. But like he was definitely a devout Catholic. And that was very like just people just wanted to get another reason to hate on the guy. And we can have a whole conversation about that type of conversation later. But as an artist, he made art that people hated, but a lot of people also liked it. And it made him a millionaire. He was super rich. And the sad part is, because it's so sad, is that he tried actually making more actually striking art like that was different from like what he was known for, but no one bought it. No one bought it because of that the dude eventually died of like alcohol overdose.
What?
Yeah, he died of an alcohol at like 56 or so. He died.
We gotta put him with the dove. He didn't deserve that. He's being whisked away by the little dove to the little art gods, being like, nah, you're better than this, Shoddy. I believe in you.
I mean, if I'm missing anything, please let me know if I'm wrong in the comments. I doubt anybody would know about him unless he read his wiki page or something. But he definitely feels like an artist that does not deserve the hate. I would say that right now.
I'm thinking
Is it for the big one? It's for the big one? All right.
One of the big ones.
Mr. David.
Oh, so you're
David.
going to have to brush me up on this situation because I have been actively avoiding videos about this because just with the internet algorithm nowadays, I am sick of hearing that the world is on fire. But like, I still catch little glimpses of the story, and it's something about a young girl, a dead body in a Tesla. He was like dating this girl. He admits to something in a song. Like, there's like a whole lot of shit I'm hearing.
Yeah, so there's a lot, and it's still kind of developing, so I can't go too crazy into detail, but I'll give you the spark notes. Basically, David is a really prolific artist, bedroom pop kind of guy, and he was on tour doing his little toury things. And while he was on tour, his Tesla in LA was found to have a dead body in the trunk because somebody walked by and it smelled really, really bad. And of course, it was rot, like straight up rot. And they find this body of a 15-year-old girl who's missing for the past year in April last year. So at first, everybody thought this was just like some crazy like person that just stuffed this person's body in this guy's trunk without realizing it was David's. But it got crazier. Because when the police inspected the body, she had a tattoo that was exactly the same as David had on his finger. It had like shush on it. So that raised some eyebrows. Like, why do they have the same tattoo? That's a little weird. And then people dug deeper. It turns out this girl was somebody that David has actually been in contact with on streams, on videos, on Instagram posts before. So he knew this girl, right? Very well. Because they were pretty much dating. And he even was caught paying people off to hide this from people because obviously the girl was underage. And the worst part about it is that literally this guy was making music about her, almost hinting that he was going to murder her in the back of a car. It's eerie on how crazy this situation is. And it really cannot be said that I really am sad to say it, but like, I want to wait until he's guilty. I want to wait until he's actually indicted because I really want to see this man get put in a trial room and served before I decide if he goes to hell or not. As I don't know why. I want to wait. And I feel like that's a controversial take. So I want to hear your thoughts.
I do get why. I have to say, I never listened to his music. Honestly, I don't even know what bedroom pop is. I think I can assume based off of context clues. But he was not on my radar until I saw like a post where they were like, oh, artists that previously knew David are backing off. They're separating. They're stepping back. And one of them was Cat's Eye. And I was like, what the fuck? When did Cat's Eye know this guy? And I do feel very, very strongly about the actions that he's doing, and I feel like there's going to be a movie about this. I feel like that there's going to be a movie or a biopic about this, and it is going to be like a crazy one, and it's just I feel like it's just so unbelievable. Like, this is something straight out of like a psychological horror. This is like something straight out of like a slasher film to have like this older boyfriend of yours who you shouldn't even really be with kill you and throw you in the back of a trunk, and
allegedly
threw you in a trunk. Well, I'm not even saying that he did it. I'm just saying the context of the story, that to have your older boyfriend kill you, throw you back in the back of a truck. And I'm assuming since it smelled so bad that someone like noticed, that you were definitely left there for a good while. You have matching tattoos, which you shouldn't be able to get as an underage child. And I just sort of sit, and people are trying to hide your relationship. And it's like, I feel like I can't totally hate on the girl, because I was once a young girl who dated guys who were older and probably had a very controversial age distance. But I also grew older, and I realized that was wrong. And I feel like it is, like, this story specifically is why it's so important to educate both any young child, no matter gender, about the dangers of freaks like him, and sort of recognizing, like, the difference between, oh, this is just, like, an age gap, but we're still, like, good together, versus someone preying on them. And I feel like since we're waiting to see if he's indicted, it's hard to place him anywhere. I feel like if it's true, he's in hell.
Oh, yeah.
But if it's, like, not true, the fact that you could even be accused of all this at most puts you in Duncan territory, because to get accused of this, to have this be so manufactured that people believe, like, that is crazy. Like,
I will say this right now.
There's no way it isn't.
People, I am willing to bet, are all bumping to his albums before he is actually officially charged, because they do not want to know that they listened to that kind of song, which is really funny that they have to wait.
I'm sure there's better songs that you can fuck to.
All I'll say is, if anything, if you want to put him in hell, he did get popular because of Fortnite. So I'm honestly fine to put him in hell because of that statement alone.
He's in upper hell. He's in upper hell. He's to wait down. Until
he's getting pulled down right now. He's middle of getting pulled down. He's
walking down, joining Chris Wu and Diddy with, like, a culotta in his hand, being like, hey, what did I guys miss?
Nah, he brought Starbucks instead of Dunkin', and they're all pissed at him because they he got
Do not say Starbucks is better. I will kill you. No.
I would never. I don't like either, actually. They both stink. So I would rather make my own homemade espresso with my machine. Oh, it's so so good. It's so good. Homemade coffee. Can't even beat it.
Shut the fuck up, you pretentious bitch. Okay.
Hey, listen, how about speaking of movies? We did talk about how his life could be a movie. What if we brought up somebody who actually, makes movies?
Dan Schneider.
Close enough.
Oh, well, there's other options too.
Too late. You picked Dan Schneider. We're picking Dan Schneider now. We're looking at Toe Boy.
Schneider. He has no association with me.
Oh, sorry. You're right. He's not a Snyder. He's just Schneider. You're right. Easy mistake,
He's the Jew.
Though.
He's not the German.
Oh, there you go. Boom. Easy, distinguished way to do it. So Dan Schneider. Listen, I loved iCarly. I liked Victorious. I never really watched Drake and Josh. I know, sue me, but
wow.
I know he made good shows.
Wow.
I've seen the clips, okay? I like the clips. I just never sat down to really watch it,
Did he also do Zoe 101? I think he also did Zoe 101.
I think he did Zoe 101. I think he did something. But as a director, as a writer,
yeah.
Let's go with that angle first. I think he did a lot of good stuff for kids' videos and kids' movies and shows. I think he did a great, presentation of it. I loved it. A lot of people still think and love it. Like, they'll go back and watch it. But, at that point from there, yeah, if you're going to be a weirdo on set, all the toes stuff, like...
Well, I also think he's in a similar situation to Diddy, where he and this was, like, a big thing in the documentary. Not that Drake Bell is a great person, but he did traumatize Drake Bell. And he did traumatize a lot of people on set. And I think he is in this category because it's like he traumatized a lot of people, which made more bad people, which I think is also something to consider. Not that, like, victims are only valid if they do bad things like Justin Bieber, but it's like, it is like next level bad when you are so bad that your bad makes good people bad. if that made sense.
Let's think about the ranking for a second, because I feel like purgatory is like, you will still engage with the content, but you will feel icky about thinking about the person, right?
We should have established this earlier, but I do get what you mean.
You know what? That's what I'm thinking, right? But like, think about it, like, I think no one's going back and enjoying a fucking a P Diddy song, and P Diddy songs are barely even like out there. He, even when he's on a song, he sucks. Drake, I mean, that was a you thing. David, we'll have to wait around. And obviously, fucking Mr. Puddin' Boy, no one's gonna go back and watch that stuff. But like, you see, Chris Brown, people like his music, but he's still down there. And that book, people hated the book, but hey, she didn't completely go with deplorable mode. Dan Schlatter, I think, as bad of a person as he is, as what he did in the past, like, everyone will still go back and rewatch iCarly. They'll still go enjoy the shows. I think he just goes in Dunkin' Donuts. I think he should just go in Dunkin', or like maybe right above.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
You've convinced me. I don't think he's above. I
would say he's below Elizabeth. I don't think because he didn't plot murder. He wasn't trying to murder somebody. In line. But he was a very big creep.
He's in line behind Liz. Liz is having her Karen white lady freak out. Dan's behind being like, oh my gosh, I just want my box of munchkins.
His little turkey neck. He's just so desperately, he doesn't even want the fucking munchkins. He wants a dozen, okay? And they are stale as shit, but he will still eat them.
Yes, exactly.
But we got to speed run through these last few, though. We got so many more. What do you mean? We got so many more. Next one, speed run.
Let's do
Cardi B. Oh, we just had a nice episode on her.
Yes, we had a nice episode on Cardi B. I think she's like the mean girl in the industry, but like in an entertaining way. The biggest controversy that she has is like back in her stripper days where she would drug men and take their money. And my hot take is, but she was like a prostitute and she was being taken advantage of. She was in a bad situation, and it's like, if you hear about like sex trafficking stories and stuff like that, the guys who are getting these services, not all of them are bad, because some of them don't realize the women that they're sleeping with might be in a bad situation, but there are plenty of bad ones who just don't care. And I think she is similar in like a Justin Bieber area, where I think it's just the situation. I think if she grew up in a better situation and didn't have to go through that, then it wouldn't have been a problem.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you one thing. The reason that I'm going to pull her down is because of her music. I really am not a big fan of Cardi B. And I think Justin Bieber is a way better artist than Cardi B, and way more influential than Cardi B. She kind of blends in a lot with the other like female rappers, but Justin Bieber, I think, stands out alone. And with going in with a mean girl personality, okay, I think she should be in Dunkin', but her angry ass wants those fucking coffee, so she's gonna push Elizabeth out of the way and stand in front, maybe even stand on top of the counter like, where is my goddamn food? She'll be mad. So she's like reaching up to the ceiling.
My mentality is, I think she's in Dunkin', but she's getting the Dunkin' order for Justin Bieber, and our homeboy over here, she's like sitting there being like, I'm trying to feed my people. Get out of my way. She's cutting Elizabeth in line. She fucking pushed her over, and she's like taking charge of the order so she could be like, here you go, my Bieber boy.
She's doing it for the right
Here's your little minute apple juice.
She's doing it for the right reasons, but at the worst ways.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll take that. That's a good one. I like how the Dunkin' analogy works so well with this. It's really making this come together so well.
I need to be sponsored. I need to be sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Forget Sabrina Carpenter. I'm your new big tittied girl.
Now we got to do the next one. I would say, let's do big MJ. I think MJ. We got to do MJ.
MJ.
Michael Jackson.
MJ up here.
That
Michael
one,
Jackson.
Right there it is. Okay, Michael Jackson. This is a big one. This is also another big one because, like, you could arguably say he was also like Justin Bieber, where he was fucked up by the industry, right? Because again, he was, as a kid, bro was conditioned to become a musical star and went crazy because of it. He was so talented. And unfortunately, bro really, really just liked kids. But I mean, in my opinion, I don't think he was a diddler. I think he just really was fucked up.
Donate to like a bunch of children who had like different illnesses and stuff too.
I think he did.
Like,
Yeah. Like,
I think it wasn't even like he was accused of touching children, but I think he also like, not that this makes it better, but I think he was donating to like children and children's hospitals and stuff like that. Like he was like, I feel disgusted as like the pedophile crucifier herself, but I do think it's like ever so slightly better that like if he did diddle the children, at least he was taking care of them. Like, it's horrible to say. It's
at least he was tucking them in after he touched them. No!
Is bad. Pedophilia is bad. But I almost think about it the same way of like people who are pro-life, but then they also vote against policies that help take care of these children who are now forcibly being born. It's different if they are pro-life, but they're like, also, I think we should invest in Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid so that these children can like grow up and have like a normal life and not be suffering. That's how I sort of feel here. Like, your opinion is wrong, but like, at least like you sort of make it right in a strange way compared to traumatized children.
And let's also think about the artist side. Undoubtedly the most influential artist of all time.
He made
You can't
pop.
even deny it.
He made
Literally.
pop.
Literally.
He made pop.
Bro, what artist can you think of immediately that would make someone faint by having the main artist just stand there on stage without moving for like 5 minutes? Like, nobody can do that.
Yeah.
He has aura.
Yeah.
As weird of a guy he had fucking aura. He was aura farming before it was even a thing. And because of that, I think because of how fucked up he was, he genuinely, like, we'll never know what he was thinking. I don't know how I feel about like his interests in children, because at the end of the day, he was a fucked up guy. He was fucked up when he was raised. He had no childhood, which, so I can understand as a person who was mentally ill, hanging around with kids, sure, mentally, I can totally understand. Yeah, I can sympathize with a guy like that.
Because I know a lot of people sort of talk about it, is that even if he didn't diddle children, he was oddly close to them, and a lot of it might have been trying to relive a childhood that he never really had, since he started so young. He literally was practically popped out of the womb, and they were like, get in the Jackson 5, now!
Exactly. So honestly, I think he is below Justin Bieber, but above, like, he's still I think he might be in Duncan territory, but like just
he's
barely.
Sitting here being like, Cardi B, please calm down. Please calm down, Cardi B.
Cardi B,
you don't need to be acting like this.
Cardi B, it's okay. It's just Duncan. We can go to Starbucks instead. You know.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, to what you said, we're all still going to be listening to Michael Jackson songs. Like, I'm still listening to Beat It. Most of the time I listen to the Fallout cover, but it's still good music.
I feel like honestly, you know what? I think we should put her above Cardi B, or we should put Michael Jackson above Cardi B. I think like
just like a smidge though.
No, I'd say put him like right, like honestly higher. Just like right, his hair should be touching the heavens a little bit, just a little bit.
He is the cashier touching Cardi B. No, that's terrible.
I would say that's fair. I would not put them at nearly at the same level as Cardi. Like I think he's way above Cardi.
I think in the analogy though, he's trying to calm Cardi B down.
Yeah. You know what?
Like, Cardi,
I like
Cardi,
this.
you don't need to do this.
Cardi, it's okay. It's just a little coffee. We can always go back to the other Dunkin'. Come down to
Starbucks
Neverland and I'll
is
give
way
you some
better.
Dunkin'. We got a Dunkin' Donuts right there in my Neverland.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Next one. Let's bring in the next one. Let's bring in the other bad bitch. I think we gotta balance out the bad bitch energy, you know?
Nicki Minaj.
Honestly,
Minaj.
I like Nicki way more than Cardi B. The music, at least. The music.
I will say, and I hate to say this, Nicki Minaj is objectively more talented. But I think Nicki Minaj does way worse things, and for the most part, I boycott her music. I don't listen to any of her music of my own free will. I don't download any of her music. I avoid mashups with her music. And this is because her big controversy is, I think, both her boyfriend partner, I haven't followed her in a while, so I don't know what the status of the relationship is, and her brother. They're both involved in gangs, which is like, okay, whatever, that's typical for the rap industry. But they have both, like, done things with children. And where I am annoyed is that she bails them out of prison. She helps them not get charged. And I feel like I get it as like a, hey, we're family. But I also think about it, like, if my brother got caught doing that, I would stone him. I would drag him out and stone him to death. And I would send him to prison myself. And I have such a low tolerance for it. And for me, it is so bad that I will not listen to her music.
I honestly think, because out of the analogy and also because out of the way of balancing things, I think her and Cardi B should just be at the same level. Both fist fighting each other, considering they've had history with each other, you know? I think it only makes sense.
Because I think I am very unique in this scenario where I'm very anti-Nicki. I think there are a few people who are in the same boat as me where they're boycotting her music for the most part. But I think the majority is like, especially she's got a stronger community than Cardi B. She's got the Barbs, who for some reason why I still listen to her. But I do also think that they're in Duncan together, like duking it out.
And Michael Jackson's trying to break them up. It's just so, like weekly trying to break them up from fighting. It's like,
guys, stop, we gotta get the espresso martini for our boy Justin Bieber.
And Cardi B's like, nah, I gotta beat this bitch.
Like, no, but that's what you're supposed to do.
I don't care. I'll go through another trial.
And then
I'll be innocent again.
This line is taking forever. I'm sorry, Diddy. Chris.
He's on the phone calling Diddy. Diddy's like, what the fuck is it taking so long?
It's like, bro, don't make me get the baby oil. Damn, this is the best we've ever done. Okay, let's bring in the next one. Who's the next one?
Let's bring in a white lady. Blake Lively.
Oh man, another white woman. What do we do? I actually don't know
another white woman.
was.
We literally only have one white woman on here.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Technically, we only have 3 white people.
That's kind of wow, racial diversity. White woman.
Oh no, 4. I forgot about Dan Schneider.
He doesn't count. He's a gremlin.
But Blake Lively.
Yes,
Blake Lively.
Yeah, tell me.
Is a fucking freak. Well, she has the one controversy where she is accusing like one of her co-stars and co-producers of like sexual harassment on set. I always forget his name. It's a very Spanish name. I'm really bad with names that are not like Smith or like Giuseppe. Like
how white of you, Robyn? How right of you?
If it's not Italian or basic, I will not remember. But she is like a very, very famous actress. She's married to Ryan Reynolds, but she is accusing people of serious things. She has been accused of being a really, really bad mean girl. And what I think is literally fucking insane is that her and Ryan Reynolds got married on a slave plantation.
Did they know?
Yes, they knew. They knew that the reason why they did it was because they loved the aesthetics. We just love the aesthetics and the vibe of this place. Because it was very like old school, like Southern, but it's like old school Southern where it's like, you know this is a fucking slave plantation. Like, you don't even need to do the research. You look at it and it's like, oh no, that is like where they recorded the set of Django Slave Plantation. Like, it is clear. Tarantino, that was one of the places Tarantino was scouting out. And I think, especially from like what everyone has been like commenting on her latest movies, she is not a good enough actress to be getting away with this, and I think she's actively dragging down Ryan Reynolds with her.
You know what? I have no other opinion because I really don't know much about her, so you are going to fully decide where she goes. I'm going to give you full reign.
I think she belongs... I think she's in, like, upper hell. I think she's, like, bad, but I think we need a little...
You're putting her next to a pedophile murderer. I don't think she belongs that far. I would just say put her at like a above David. Just keep her above David, you know?
She's not in the Dunkin' Donuts. She's not in the Dunkin' Donuts.
She has to be in Okay, Robyn,
Here,
I gotta be honest.
Scoot him down.
Okay.
I gotta scoot him down.
Scoot David
There.
down. Okay, I like how you're scooting David down to leave room for her.
Because she doesn't belong in the Dunkin' Donuts because her art isn't good enough to put her in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Okay, you know what? I can get along. Okay, you know what? Fine. I will let that be.
Like Liz, you can enjoy Eat, Pray, Love and totally ignore the fact that she totally murdered her partner. Dan Schneider, you can acknowledge all of his controversies and all the terrible things he did, but still be like, you know what? I still like iCarly. I still like Victorious. I still like Drake and Josh. Her, like, she's got Clueless, maybe? Like,
okay.
She's got nothing.
Honestly fair. I'll let that be. Let's get a fringe one in here. Let's get a fringe one that we haven't brought up in a minute. I think you know exactly we need to bring it here.
This one?
Dalio.
The wild card. Honestly, when we were like picking out controversial figures, I was like, why the fuck is Salvador Dali here? Like, I've studied art history and it's been a hot moment, so I forget whatever the hell he did.
So he is a very great artist. Obviously, very, very, very.
He does like the abstract stuff. He does, like the melting time,
like
clocks,
the surrealist, abstract.
He's the father of surrealism.
Exactly. And remember how I said before, like, to make good art, you have to be a fucked up individual. Well, you see, this man, like, as great of an artist as he was, and of an amazing mustache as he had, he also really, really, really loved Hitler. And I'm not just saying, like, he liked fascism. He actually just, like, dreamed of a fucking Hitler. I'm not even kidding you. Like, apparently he would say things about, like, him, like, I wish he was just a woman so I could just, like, touch him and feel him. I'm like, bro, what? Freak Bob over here. What are you doing, Salvador Dali?
Bob.
And, like, it's kind of, the hard part is that, like, no one really knows if he was actually, like, a fascist or if he was just, like, just really weird and into Hitler like that. But, like, it was obsessive. He was apparently very obsessive. And, like, he actually even made a painting, apparently, but I don't even think it's, like, some people think it's not real, I think. I'm not too sure. All I know is that he's very, very, very controversial when it comes to his historical beliefs. But I also like to think that he was just that batshit crazy that he would just imagine himself fucking Hitler. I really don't know how else to say it. So, like, at least for me, like, I still think it's the same thing where it's like, we'll never really know because he's gone and you will never be able to say, hey, bro, are you like that kind of crazy guy? And he's like, he'll say something, but we don't know. He'll probably say some crazy shit. So I would say he hasn't done anything wrong. His beliefs are just fucked up. I think just strictly in the Dunkin' Donuts. He is questioning reality while he's in there.
I feel like that's wild that we are putting a Nazi sympathizer in the Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, that's the hard part, is like, we don't really know. It's like, we can't really know. Like, it's hard. That's the hardest part. I mean, you know what? Fine. Put him in like the hell. Put him like right. Because again,
like,
the idea that I had for Dunkin',
like he's entering the Dunkin' Donuts, like he just pulled into the Dunkin' Donuts parking lot.
He's in the limbo of limbos. You know, it's like the worst kind of limbo is being in the limbo between limbos. That is where he is.
Okay,
because he's between hell and the Dunkin'. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up,
that's fair.
I think we have to bring up this one. We have to bring up Kanye. Kanye. We can't forget about Kanye. If we're gonna talk about fascism, we got to talk about Kanye.
he's walking into the Dunkin' Donuts with Salvador Dali.
Kanye and fascism go together like peanut butter and jelly, apparently.
I actually still have to watch the documentary because more stuff has come out now that he's doing his documentary. And the headlines that I'm seeing is that the documentary about himself that I think he is making about himself makes him look worse because you see him like abusing the Kardashians, essentially.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot more than just that, but that's one of those things.
Well, obviously there's so much more, and it's like an element where, like, yes, he is bipolar, and bipolar people do some pretty apeshit things. But I know, and I am close, a lot of my close people in life suffer with bipolar disorder. And not to say that they have never had some controversial takes or they haven't done crazy shit, but it's very much like they know what they need to do to keep it under control. And I think there's a sense of humanity to it where it's like they know the limitations in some sense. And I think, like, he has to personally believe it at some point. Like, this manic episode can't be going on this long. Like, I think this is just his beliefs. And I don't listen to his music much, but I can't say I don't listen to it at all. I like the song American Boy where he's with Estelle. I will forever love my Gold Digger Macarena mashup. I think out of all the artists, like, I've criticized a lot of artists here, like Diddy and Drake and David, where I was like, fuck, I don't listen to any of y'all fuckers. You are not on my radar. Kanye is on my radar.
So I will say this. I, as an artist, really do like Kanye as an artist. He is a really good artist. Even the songs, like a handful of the songs, not the crazy shit he made. There's a handful of songs that I do like.
Like his song about fucking his cousin.
I mean, to be fair, that unironically was a good song. Like, it's like,
was it a
when
good
you listen,
song? I heard it was a bad song.
I don't remember. I forget which song it was, actually. But the whole album Bully was like removed or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like, all I know is that, like, Graduation is chef's kiss. I love that album so much. It is such a good, like, Life of Pablo. Like, these are good albums. These are like literal, like, pieces of art, like genuine pieces of art. And his dumbass had to ruin it all. His dumbass had to ruin and muddy the waters. But also at the same time, like, yeah, I also think, like, yeah, maybe he does believe this shit, but we don't fucking know. Like, all these people, like, for all we know, he acts crazy and says all this crazy shit for attention for all we know. And, like, we don't know. So I think he should be on you know what? He should be in the spilled pile of coffee right between
He's
hell.
sitting.
He's just sitting in like a little sad baby who spilled his milk and be like, wah, wah, I messed up everything. Wah, wah, I'm going to complain about and blame the Jews. It's their fault.
Blame the Jews.
That's their fault. That's why he's going to blame the world, except not take accountability.
Should we put Salvador Dali on this side then?
No.
Or
Keep him
should
on
we
the
keep him
opposite
by
side.
Blake
Keep him
Lively?
away. Keep him away. They're two different kinds
Keep
of
the
artists.
Nazis away. We can't have them talking.
If you get him too close to Kanye, he might start licking him. I don't know, man. I would probably stay away from him.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah, keep him away from Kanye.
That is crazy.
Let's see. I think we got to talk about the next important one, Ariana Grande.
Okay, I fucking
This is a
hate
wild
this
card
woman.
for you.
I hate this woman. I did one of my projects in my sketch comedy class was we had to do like a celebrity artist. My sketch I purposely made so Ariana Grande would hate it because she hated her role as Kat in Victorious. So I pretty much did a similar version of that, but ooh woo e-girl, so that if she ever did my sketch, she would immediately want to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge. I hate this woman. She is so cruel to all of her other cast stars. She is so pompous. The moment I started hating her was when she went into a donut shop and licked a donut and like insulted America all at once and barely fucking apologized about it. All of her co-stars say that she is a relatively unbearable person to work with. She is so pompous, so awful. Everyone's talking about how she might have an eating disorder now, and she gave it to her co-star, I think her name is Cynthia, for the cast of Wicked. She is constantly stealing other people's cultures and pretty much claiming them as her own. She is breaking apart relationships and marriages like they're Kit Kat bars, and she's sharing them around, and she is just genuinely awful. I think if she wasn't like the beauty standard in a lot of ways, I don't think she would get away with any of this. I think if she wasn't the traditional beauty standard, she wouldn't have gotten away with a single thing.
That, and also because she has good music as an artist. I mean, I can't deny she sings really well, you know? We like Kat, I know. I think, Robyn, as much as you hate her... I think that is
the toughest part. I boycott her stuff, but I will never say that she's a bad artist. I will always call her a bad person. I will always say she's a shitty human being. I will always say that she is probably a bad girlfriend. I think she is bad in every single other aspect of her life, but she is begrudgingly an amazing artist who makes really good songs.
It's like she is the true neutral of what is the separation between art and the artist, because she really hasn't done anything deplorable like the rest of these people and the bottom hell, but she's just not a good person.
She literally broke a marriage apart.
But like, that is bad, right? But like, some people do that on an average Tuesday. People homewreck a lot. So it's like, would you really put somebody who's a homewrecker down below in the child diddlers and the pedophiles and the fucking murderers and the straight up like horrible
she already
people?
knows Dan Schneider. She could be hanging out with Blake Lively and Dan Schneider.
I honestly think she's true neutral. I think it's like her pompous ass gotta be served Dunkin' for the rest of her life and always get her order wrong.
I will only agree to put her in Dunkin' if she is forever tortured to relive her donut licking moment.
Done.
She's having the meltdown in the Dunkin' Donuts, licking the donuts in front of everyone. Michael Jackson is telling Nicki Minaj and Cardi B to calm down, but Ariana is having the real crash out.
She's the one having the crash out in her own head as she stares at the donut, trying so hard not to lick it, but the employee keeps yelling at her because like, the Indian employee, we just frosted those donuts, please do not touch the donuts. And she's like, shut up, I'll do what I want.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I love my Indian donut
I love
workers,
how
okay?
empty heaven is. I love how horrifically empty it is up here.
I told you, that's why I put Thomas
I don't think it's going to be filled anymore. I don't think it's going to be filled anymore. Let's scoot Justin Bieber up just a little bit, just to make room. Let's make a little room here.
I love how we just made a pyramid of just deplorable people crawling and climbing their way up to heaven. All so they can serve Justin Bieber his Dunkin' Donuts.
They're all getting stuck in the Dunkin' Donuts line. But honestly, I think that is the beauty of purgatory. That they're all getting stuck in the Dunkin' Donuts line, being like, why the fuck are we even here?
It's so amazing. And I think we still got a few more, and we will speed run these so we can get through this amazingly long episode. But J.K. Rowling, the next author.
Rowling,
whatever her name is.
Whatever, she's British. She doesn't deserve rights.
Exactly. She doesn't deserve rights because she also believes that people that are gay or trans don't deserve rights because she stinks. Yeah. And
she's low-key a little racist.
That too. Hot take, though, about her books, or I guess about Harry Potter, I really think it is so mid. Harry Potter is mid.
I couldn't get it. Harry Potter is everything I like. Magic, owls, like weird childhood abuse, owls, like this Harry Potter. Every time someone comes to me and they like try to talk to me about nerdy stuff, they're like, Robyn, you have to love Harry Potter. And I'm like, no, I don't. I can't watch the movies. I'm not into the books. I don't like any of her art at all in any capacity. I have the Hogwarts game. I have yet to play it, but I think if anything were to get me into Harry Potter, it might be that. But besides some aesthetic cool elements, which isn't even really her own, it's the other people who worked on it to make it as big as it is. I don't think Harry Potter's good. That's my hot take.
I would never say it's bad, but I'll also say it's like, I don't mind Harry Potter. The concepts are there, but like she ruins it because she is the one who made it and the one who thinks that she's smarter than everyone else. And that ego, I think on its own, like again, she's never done anything bad. She just has really bad takes. She should go with the coffee spill. She's the one that spilled the coffee, just like Kanye.
She's hanging out with Kanye in the coffee spill.
She fumbled it. You know, she fumbled the bag, so she spilled the coffee on herself, and she's getting pissed off and blaming the whole world about it. That's her fault.
That's fair.
So next up, we got
R. Kelly.
That's R. Kelly. I did not realize that was R. Kelly.
Sorry.
R. Kelly.
I wanted. A lot of the pictures were sort of mid, and I saw this picture. I was like, damn. He's a shithead, but this is baller.
I thought that was Usher for a second. I was like, that can't be Usher. Why would Usher be up there?
I was like, what? I hope I did not accidentally get a picture of Usher, because that would be one, really bad point blank period, but two, really bad because I'm a white woman.
Oh my God. Well, let's see. R. Kelly, though. I don't really listen to R. Kelly music. I'm going to be so honest.
Didn't he like ruin Celine Dion?
I think so. Now that I think about it.
Look it up. I think that is his big controversy, is that like he had a piss kink moment with Celine Dion while she was underage.
Sexual abuse. Oh, he was found guilty of sexual abuse in 2 federal trials. Okay, that's what I remember. He wasn't he also like yeah, he had like a lot of CP. Yep. Well, yeah.
But I think he specifically destroyed Celine Dion.
That, and also looking at his music, he has barely less than 1 million streams. So I would say that people kind of think they don't matter. He doesn't matter to those people. I think honestly, his crimes actually ruined his art.
I think he's had a resurgence though, or am I crazy? I feel like he's come out with new music recently. Either that or I'm mixing him up with Chris Brown. I mix him up with Chris Brown, like not history-wise, but like music-wise, I guess.
All I'll say is that he's 58. He doesn't have any time to like re-exonerate himself. So I think he should thoroughly sit in probably next to Blake Lively or maybe next to Drake. Or
yeah, I think he's like
a little below Drake. Yeah, I think
he's
Drake.
a little above them, but below Drake.
I'm sure if there was no bars held, he probably would have done something worse.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Now, I'm thinking the next 2 we should bring out as a pair.
I agree.
Because they work together.
They do, because my hot takes do entwine. The Weeknd and who was the other guy?
Sam Levinson.
Sam Levinson? Right, yeah. So the director.
Yes, he is the director of Euphoria and the director of The Idol, which The Weeknd was on. And I know a lot of people were sort of like talking about Sam and sort of like realizing, like they didn't fully realize it after Euphoria. But when The Idol came out, they were like, oh, no, he just likes to see pretty women suffer. He's got a real issue with women.
Oh,
and like The Weeknd was sort of on board with it in a lot of ways, and everyone turned to The Weeknd and were like, you didn't say anything?
Well, here's the reason why, okay? This is my thing with The Weeknd. He's trying to be an actor, but he's not trying to be an actor, okay? It's like he's trying to be a caricature of himself in almost every film that he's in. Like, The Idol, he's literally himself. His new Hurry Up Tomorrow movie, literally himself. In fucking, what was it? One of the other movies, in Uncut Gems. He was in Uncut Gems. Bro was literally himself. Bro was pretty much himself. He's just a self-insert. And the fact that majority of the time, he is a drug-addicted, sex weirdo, almost borderline, I'm like, dude, why are you acting like yourself, pretending to be a self-insert, and then acting like this? Like, to me, in my opinion, I think him and Sam are just living out their sick, twisted fantasies, Kanye style, bro. They are living that shit up in like a wolf in sheep's clothing, in broad daylight.
Yeah.
And it's only a matter of time until The Weeknd gets caught for something.
I would say at the very least, at least Sam's a talented artist. Not to say that The Weeknd isn't, but I feel like his good art was his music, but I honestly never remember what song is his. Like, every time I think of a song, I'm like, oh no, wait, that's not him. That was a different artist. Like, I'll think, like, This Is What You Came For. And I'm like, oh no, that wasn't him. That was Rihanna. Or I will, like, I'll just, like, think of different, like, early, like, 2010s pop songs, and I'll, like, be like, oh, was that The Weeknd? No, that wasn't The Weeknd. Oh, no, this one was The Weeknd. Oh, no, that one was this artist instead. Like, I can't remember what song he actually made.
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
But Blinding Lights, like Gasoline, he's been a lot. He's been good. Okay, listen, I will say this right now.
Anytime I hear music. Blinding Lights, I think blinded by the light.
No.
And I know that's
Starboy,
not the song he did.
Timeless. There's so many good songs you can have. Honestly,
I don't think I've
deny
listened to any of his songs then.
His discography is genuinely like a good fucking list of music. He's got that. He's got that. What are they fucking like? I forgot the
I think
genre.
I founded ways to avoid him.
Well, you know what? Like, all I'll say is that as weird of a guy as he is, I still like his music. Unfortunately, I will still play his songs on repeat.
My brain unlocked the Blinded Light song. Ooh,
I was like, that was like the most popular song. I was like, how did you not know about that?
It took me a while. I had to physically put myself back at my middle school dancing around in the weirdest dress with like heels that did not fit in a weird dark room with teacher chaperones watching as we're all running around like animals, and I'm like running around a pole that's thicker than me, and a guy like walks up to me and he's like, "What are you, Snyder? A stripper?" And I'm just like sitting here like, "Leave me alone, I'm spinning." it took me all those steps to remember the song. I had all of those steps were necessary.
Leave me alone, I'm spinning. I want that on a shirt, Robyn. I think you need to start designing some Doodle Heads merch with the amount of quotes you have that you could put on a shirt. I'm ovulating. What was that? I'm ovulating. What was the last one you did? I don't know, but that one was a classic. Oh my god.
Was it a classic if you don't remember it? I always have my 3 cheeseburger a day eating bitch. That's a classic line for me.
There's so many classic ones. Honestly, I think we need to do like a poll one day, or even the comments deciding if they want a t-shirt of this stuff, because it's too funny.
At the end of the year, I'm going to do a collective PowerPoint. What I've been wanting to do for a while is rank my favorite thumbnails, because everyone probably knows, but if you don't know, I draw all the thumbnails. Medz might sometimes like do a little bit touch up, but all the art is completely me. And behind the scenes, sometimes I make a thumbnail and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna come. And especially now that we're getting more views, some of my best thumbnails are the earlier ones that aren't getting views, and I want to give them the love and attention they deserve. So I want to do a tier list of my favorite thumbnails that we've done, or my favorite art for the podcast that I've done. And then second, I also want to like just make a list of all the insane shit I've said. All the quotable, insane shit I've said and done.
If you would like to go back and listen, dear viewer, go for it. If you're this deep into this episode, you have to go and listen. Okay, just ignore the fact that we look hella ugly. Okay, we both got plastic surgery. Okay, so just don't question why we look so ugly.
Think of it like the Amazing World of Gumball or the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Every cartoon show has a facelift at some point. And at some point, we're gonna look at this as our ugly phase. We're just gonna keep upgrading people. But back to these fucking freakazoids.
I know exactly where to put them. Okay, they both are freaky deaky. You know what? They both are weirdos. I think they should both be making out behind the Dunkin' Donuts counter.
They're sitting here, like, be like, oh yeah, women fucking suck.
Oh yeah, women the worst. Women are the worst.
Ariana Grande sitting there licking the donuts like, I'm tonguing something too.
With that, though, I think we have officially made the final list for separating the art from the artist.
I think we sort of hit everyone.
I think we did. Honestly speaking, I think the only person we found here is Justin Bieber is a good guy. I think that's the end of the discussion here.
Yeah.
Justin Bieber. Honestly, every artist just sucks. I think that's what we've come to terms with. Every artist sucks. Humans suck. We all do bad things. Some worse than others. But sometimes what they put out is better than who they are. So we should appreciate what they are last and what they do first.
Yeah.
Or what they make, I should say. But we do have one last one, actually, because Robyn, of course, is an artist, as she has just explained. Robyn.
Bro, when did I show up?
You are a tortured soul, I know. And I know you struggle a lot. And honestly speaking, as much of a gooning, weird-ass, red-headed white woman with big glasses you are the one and only Robyn Snyder. Not Schneider, Snyder.
Yeah. I'm not with this fucking freak. I'm the German, not the Jew.
Exactly. The German should go up top with Thomas Kincaid as the
am I being taken away by the bird?
You're being taken away by the bird. Just like how we're going to take you away.
I'm riding the bird.
She is now living her Harry Potter fantasy by riding a giant magical bird to heaven.
Blinded by the light.
And if you guys enjoyed our giant ass, long ass, big diddly wink episode, please click on another episode on screen. And also tell us in the comments if we have horrible opinions, which I'm sure we're going to get a lot of angry people. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the dislikes.
I hope so. I love when I get the angry freaks. I get to whip out the BDSM stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna have to bring you down a few pegs if you're gonna keep going that way, Robyn. I think you have to go below Thomas Kincaid, the beautiful little Christian boy.
No, but
anyways,
I want to ride the bird.
No riding the bird because everyone's got to ride their way to the next video. So go ahead, make it to the way of the next video, please.
Follow me to the next video.
Go follow the light, everybody.
Follow the light.